Hey everybody, Cherie, if you're not familiar with me, we're going to try to keep this at no more than 7 minutes, and we're just going to get right into it. So, now is the time. Now is the time for what, Cherie, you may ask. Well, I'm going to tell you. Now is the time to do what you need to do to get ahead. I'm not talking about selling your soul. I'm not talking about violating your morals and your integrity. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about doing what is required to get to where you want to be. And at this point, I honestly think that we might be at the place where you gonna have to do extra just to stay afloat. And what I mean is, y'all catch me, y'all follow me, because ain't gonna be no edits of this. I'm just gonna record and upload. But there was a time when you could work an extra job and it was extra money. It was a time where you could do Uber and it was extra money. That was money that you saved up so you could go on vacation or invest in whatever idea you had, or whatever class you wanted to take, or whatever, right? But now, the second job in Uber, you ain't doing that for just extra. For a lot of us. For some people it is. And, if we still in that place, praise God. But for a lot of people, the second job and the gig work is becoming necessary in order to maintain what is necessary. You know what I'm saying? So back in the day, Uber paid for you to go on vacation. Now you need to do Uber to make sure that you can pay that light bill or your phone bill or whatever other essential you got. Now, the second job is not just so that you can go on vacation. The second job is so that you can make sure you have enough money to pay your rent. And I think that a lot of people, because I tend to watch videos not just for entertainment, but for education. And, money is essential, y'all. It's not even talking about being greedy or anything, but y'all know where we are as of now in the world. Prices are ridiculous, and I don't know if the economy constantly does this, right? So I can't say if America or the world will ever go down or whatever or not. I don't know, but based off of history, I don't think so, because it was a time when people were saying, oh, gas will never be X amount, and we all know what gas is. It was a time when people said, oh, bridge toll will never be this amount. And I don't know about y'all, but where I'm at, it's over $8. I remember when bridge toll was $3. So it's time to do what you need to do, not only to get ahead, but also to do what's necessary. And what sparked this video is because I was watching a video with this dude talking about money and finances and all the things. And I said, you know what? I think Americans have just gotten lazy. Do we really have, I know we have an inflation thing, and I know prices are just ridiculous. That's just what it is. But check it out. That's the way of the world. If you look back in history, prices have always gone up. I can't really think of one industry where prices have gone down. Not really. If someone does, feel free to comment respectfully. But I think that Americans have gotten so comfortable to the point to where they think that they need Netflix, they need Disney Plus, they need a Starbucks coffee every day. They need all this stuff, and it's not a need. So really, pose this question, because you ask a lot of people, they'll tell you, man, the majority of my money goes to eating out. Majority of my money goes to entertainment. So do we really have, I know we have an inflation problem. I'm not even going to act like we don't. But I think more than anything, America has a spending problem. And we spend money that we don't have, which is stupid. I'm just going to say that. Take no offense, and if it does offend you, if it's the truth, just receive it. I say it out of love. And I'm talking to myself as I speak to y'all, okay? So, if you take the time to sit down and just say, hey, I'm struggling. This is what my life looks like. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck and singing that same old song. Take a minute and sit down, and I dare you to write out. A lot of people say over the last 30 days. I'm just going to say over the last 2 weeks. Matter of fact, the last 7 days. What have you spent your money on? Because if you're seeing little holes being poked in your budget by things like Starbucks coffee, your Netflix subscription, your Apple subscription, your Spotify, your YouTube premium that could be free, but Americans have just gotten so comfortable and lazy. We just don't want to. We can't even bear the thought of any ads. So just pay YouTube X amount of money a month, so we ain't got to deal with commercials. I had a dude tell me that one time. He was like, "Man, I'm an American. I don't want to have no ads. Yeah, I pay for the YouTube premium." And he was playing, but he was serious. So this is what I'm saying. Most of the time, and this is biblical, the Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. I think America has a mind shift issue. We really think we need all this stuff, and we don't. And by the time we realize it, two things happen. It's gotten to the point where we realize it when it's too late, when we're swimming in debt, barely keeping our heads up. We ain't keeping our heads up because we're drowning in debt. Or we've gotten so comfortable and pacified to the point to where we can't turn the Netflix subscription off. We can't not get Starbucks every day. We've been mentally handicapped. Again, I'm talking to myself as I make this video. But the first step of making any change is becoming aware. And I gotta tell you, let this be a word of encouragement. Let this be a gentle warning to you. If you are not in this space, don't get into this space, because America has just normalized creature comforts. We've normalized entitlement. We really believe we need this stuff. So I just want this to be some food for thought for y'all. Somebody needs to hear this. I know somebody does. And again, I say all this with love. If you want to join me on bettering your financial situation and getting plugged into somebody who can really help you really better your situation, feel free to email me below. And I say email on purpose because anybody can leave a comment. A person who really wants to change will take the effort to write an email, and we can talk. All right, you guys, I love you. Subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.